As the setting sun slips away and the darkness settles in, the shadows will entice you to dance, but I will invite you down a rabbit hole with me. An hour of the unusual, the unexplained, and dare I say it, the unimaginable. I am eager to begin, so I hope all your doors are locked, shades are pulled, and all your lights are on, because it's time to get spooky. It is a great night to be streaming, everybody. I'm sorry about that beginning. Um, think we know what we're doing now. Hello and welcome to Squatch Squad Live from Madison, Wisconsin. I am your host. My name is Sandra. It is June 26, 2021, 6:03 p.m. Again, my apologies for that. If this is your first time here, we take these topics seriously, so please respect that. If you can't behave or you're inappropriate, you'll be booted out of the chat. So, shout outs to my son Rosendo and Jojo and any other family that may be watching. Ricky, tcake, Hack, Brett, and Bonnie. Remember July 8th through 11th, Garden Tractor Days in Portage, Wisconsin. $5 to get in. Sears and Cub Cadet are the features this year. We will be there all 4 days. If you're in the area, please stop by and please book a tour at their World War II museum. It is phenomenal. Ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe to the Jimmy Dore Show. Make sure you visit the gift shop, PayPal if you're feeling generous. Here is the star of Show Me Your Pick in Halenville Live, Fruitcake Tony. Woo.
What's up?
How about that intro? Fuck.
Are you going to crack me up all night?
It's quite possible. Quite possible. How are you? How's your week been?
Excellent.
Good.
Absolutely excellent. Long week. I'm very tired, but I slept in this morning. Oh, yeah.
Good weather?
Yes, wonderful weather. It's been a little on the cool side, in the 80s in the day and low humidity. Yeah.
It's been muggy here and wet. It's been raining and raining, but we needed it. We so needed it, so I'm not going to complain.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, it's been nice here. Not going to last. I'm sure it'll be back to 90s and humidity in no time flat.
No time flat.
But yeah, it's nice. Very nice.
What do you
Nice.
got coming up? What do you got coming up in a little bit on Show Me Your Pick?
We got Iron Maiden on tap for tonight and special guest, the Guitar Hack.
And I hear you even may have some unboxings.
And a couple of unboxings, unwrappings.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
You got any shout outs? And then we'll go right into roll call with our fabulous chat.
I do. If my kids and grandkids are watching, I had a great time today, as always. But shout outs now go to these cool kids here in the chat, like Lenny Lou and Mary. Hello, ladies.
Love you
Mr.
guys.
Charles Green
Hey, Charles.
in the house. James Severin,
Hey, James.
James Severin, Dwight Bailey,
Hitman.
Quentin James,
Oh, dear Lord.
the SWAT team himself. I watched those, Quentin.
That was ridiculous. Oh, what did he do? I'm kidding, Quentin.
Yeah.
I saw them. Holy shit.
They were engaging for sure. Let's see.
It's crazy.
Blacktooth Fox from across the pond. Hello.
Cheerio.
Sean Bierbrower.
Hey,
There
Sean.
he is.
Sean, my tomato plants have gone nuts. Just so you know.
Scrolling up to Hitman Dwight Bailey and
We appreciate it. Oh.
Sandra and Tony and Nightbot is here.
Nighbot is here.
Yeah.
And if you want to play along, chat, feel free to go ahead and just there's in the description I have Nighbot Commands. They're fairly simple, short and sweet. So if you want to have fun with that, please feel free to do so.
Yeah. Yep.
If you have a strange story to tell, or have seen weird shit in the sky, or something strange has happened to a friend of yours, please let us know. My email is in the description below. Please email me with your stories. I have asked Blacktooth Fox to come on the show and share some stories. He has agreed. We just have to come up with a date.
All right. Cool.
So,
Nice.
I think that might be all. Other than tonight our topic is Skinwalker Ranch.
Yes, that's a very strange, unexplained kind of place. That
It is very strange.
yes, there's possibly a couple of different things going on there, but we'll get into that here shortly.
Yes. While we're discussing this, chat, there's a couple of things that I want you to keep in mind while you're hearing the information and seeing the pictures and the videos. It is on 512 acres of all kinds of stones and rocks, all sorts of different geological stuff. It has water running through it, and possibly Native American land. It could be sacred. It could be some sort of weird ley lines or a bunch of ley lines where they all intersect. We all know places like that exist, like the place where it is out west. The ball rolls up instead of down, and the broom balances weird and just stop. You know the place I'm talking about.
Right.
Okay. Is it a Native American curse? Is this land cursed by indigenous people? Or is it a secret base, a secret government military base for aliens, like a possible rest stop on Earth? Or is it a portal or a dimension into other worldly places we know nothing about?
Or a combination of a couple or more of those.
Of all of it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's been let me read this a little bit. It's some have called it a supernatural place. Others deemed it cursed. Terry Sherman, the first owners, got so spooked by the happenings on the new cattle ranch that 18 months after moving, his family afforded the property, now known as Skinwalker Ranch in northeastern Utah. He sold it. He and his wife Gwen shared their chilling experiences with a local reporter in June '96. We're going to see some news. A couple of news things about the ranch. They'd seen mysterious crop circles, UFOs, and a systematic and repeated mutilation of their cattle in an oddly surgical and bloodless manner. Within 3 months of the story's publication, Las Vegas real estate magnate and UFO enthusiast Robert Bigelow, that should be a familiar name, bought the property for $200,000. And after he took the ranch over, what he did is set it up for what is this, National Institute for Discovery Science, and had all kinds of people out there doing all kinds of tests and looking for answers for some of this activity. This guy here, well, that's Post Malone, but this is the new owner, and he is from Adamantian Enterprises, and I have his name wrote down. Brandon Fugel is his name. He owns it now, and he's doing the same thing, only he has allowed, if you've been following the series on the History Channel, he has allowed them to go in there with the team of their scientists, and now they're doing all kinds of different experiments, and they're having all kinds of strange shit go on, and it's just it's very interesting for me anyways. I mean, it probably terrifies the shit out of you, Tony. I don't know.
A lot of wild stuff happens there. Hello, Brian Spalding.
Hey, Brian. Right now, we're going to bring up a news clip. Should be coming up shortly.
UFO sightings to cattle mutilations, a ranch in the Uinta Basin has been home to numerous bizarre and terrifying events, and it's now the subject of its own TV series on the History Channel.
Yeah, well, tonight, News Specialist Andrew Adams has his own exclusive look inside the mysterious Skinwalker Ranch after a visit that proved to be little out of this world.
It moves in quietly, and it looms over every empty space.
You get that sense that you should be here.
The dread that fills Skinwalker Ranch can be practically
indescribable.
And it's usually only the beginning of something
That guy
worse.
is the caretaker.
Poltergeist type stuff, UFO sightings, cattle mutilations. I had a mysterious bump that started to form on my head pretty rapidly. And over the course of a few days, my scalp completely separated from my skull.
Oh. For decades, locals thought the land was cursed.
A shapeshifter. It's a demonic being that can take on the shape of many different animals or the form of a human. And so really that's the legend of the Skinwalker.
Hey, we're coming in. Thanks for the heads up.
You got it. See ya.
Today, a new owner oversees the property. And he's hoping to find answers that are grounded in science.
Learning that Skinwalker Ranch was involved with a black budget Pentagon-funded study into not only the UFO phenomena, but other high strangeness was very interesting to me. Supposedly the site of more paranormal activity and high strangeness than anything else being reported in the country at the time. And over 4 years, we have recorded and documented phenomena that really defies all natural explanation. It could truly be, you know, the greatest science project of our time.
Brandon Fugel now employs a team of scientists, and they found when it comes to radio frequencies, the ranch has a peculiar pulse.
So we might think of this as a range across the radio dial. And here, it's as if several stations all at once became very loud.
Spikes in radiation have been equally transient.
And his cameras and sensors monitor the grounds 24/7. A wide range of theories has surfaced, including unseen energy sources,
Interdimensional phenomena, precognitive, non-human intelligence.
It started to feel like an intelligence was toying with us when our electronics began to malfunction.
What does it say?
Calibration failed, that it was too strong to actually calibrate.
At the time our drone encountered an unexpected interference.
I don't know what that is or if it has any relationship to what's happened with your drone.
The RF sensors started going crazy.
Well, this is a recording I just made 30 seconds ago.
when a contrail shadow began to appear in the sky.
Look at below it. There's like a dark.
Well, it's not as dark now.
No, it's not as now.
Everyone scrambled inside to see what the cameras caught.
Something moves through there.
It was barely a blip,
Right here. Yeah. Wonder what that guy is.
and yet it couldn't have been a bigger deal.
There.
Oh my gosh.
There it is. See it?
Yeah.
The slender, cigar-shaped object didn't appear to fly like a bird or plane.
That's exactly when we were recording all the other anomalies, if I'm not mistaken.
Any of those anomalies could have had perfectly natural explanations, but the timing of all of them together seemed uncanny.
This is so weird.
You've never heard it beep like this?
This is the second drone that can't connect in this very area.
The next time our drone failed to launch, near the epicenter of the ranch's activity,
I mean, I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Will you please allow us to fly the drone?
it literally took a prayer for the drone to start working.
Wow. I said it out loud, and there it is in the air.
It just, it's baffling.
Baffling may just be the baseline at Skinwalker Ranch, where flames spark out of nowhere, while cameras roll on empty rooms.
So many people swear that there is another presence here, that there's an active presence watching.
Active poll going on in the chat.
Are we alone?
Would you stay the night at
The mystery
Skinwalker
of the
Ranch?
ranch is
Yes,
very
no, or it would depend.
You really have to see it and experience it to believe it.
And ranch regulars also talk about a hitchhiker effect, where something follows visitors home and causes problems in their lives. Now, our crew said that they just had nightmares
hell no.
after they left. Season 2.
That's one thing I wouldn't tolerate. Attachment. Interesting, huh? Creepy as fuck.
The yeah, I think there's a couple of things at least going on there. The movie I watched about it, latest one I watched, the electromagnetic levels in the ground there are off the charts, so
saw
much that it causes health problems. You heard
Yeah.
that dude say his scalp was, but they
Separate it was the skin was separating from his scalp. That's what the hell, man.
well, plus two, it could be that there are environmental reasons in the earth there.
I believe did they not do nuclear testing out that way some years ago?
I
And
don't know, but to have that sort of hot earth where the electromagnetic levels are that high in the ground where it causes health issues, and we know that is also where there's high electromagnetic levels is conducive to spirit portals.
Yeah.
So it could be a hot spot for that because of, and not to mention old Indian burial ground.
There's another aerial shot of it. Part of it, I should say. I think this is where they have it set up for where they do the television show, where they have all their screens and whatnot. I think. I don't know. This looks like something out of a horror movie. Old abandoned building. Here it is. the other. There's like two homesteads, one they call Homestead 1 and Homestead 2. I think this is Homestead 2 and the other one was Homestead 1, I believe. And this is a road going to the ranch, or it's through the ranch. It's just a kind of a cool picture. Anyways, without evidence, stories that are being told are difficult to believe, but they're hardly unique. The Uinta Basin of eastern Utah has such a hotbed of paranormal sightings over the years that some ET enthusiasts have deemed it UFO Alley. You can't throw a rock in southern Utah without hitting somebody that's been abducted, apparently. Indeed, according to Hunt for the Skinwalker, odd objects have been spotted overhead since first European explorers arrived in 1776. Franciscan missionary Silvestre Velez de Escalante wrote about strange fireballs appearing over his campfire in El Rey. And before the Europeans, of course, the indigenous peoples of the area that occupied the basin and today's Skinwalker Ranch abuts the Uinta and the Ouray Indian Reservation of the Ute tribe. So they're very spiritual people. The Skinwalker itself is supposed to be some sort of shaman that has turned to the dark side of what he's supposed to be doing. It's from my understanding of it anyway. Paranormal, extraterrestrial, strange lights, odd physical illness, anomalies on cameras. I have a whole outline, people. But for right now, I will share another video. This is a trailer for the movie Hunt for the Skinwalker. We'll have a look at that now. This is a few minutes, so here we go.
The global public is not ready to have global confirmation of this. A lot of disturbing things will occur. It's just too powerful.
Skinwalker Ranch. This is like the Area 51 of the paranormal.
It was not a single phenomenon. There were a host of things that happened.
Have there been experiences there that have shaken the Pentagon and CIA and other agencies? Absolutely.
Nobody knows what we're dealing with. That's the bottom line.
Sorry.
Nobody.
To have global confirmation. To have global confirmation.
Sorry about that.
A lot of disturbing things will occur. It's just too powerful.
Skinwalker Ranch. This is like the Area 51 of the paranormal.
It was not a single phenomenon. There were a host of things that happened.
Have there been experiences there that have shaken the Pentagon and CIA and other agencies? Absolutely.
Nobody knows what we're dealing with. That's the bottom line. Nobody knows.
This is 30 or 40 hours of material that the public has never seen before.
They saw this humanoid creature crawling through this tunnel, hovering 4 feet above the ground. Something forced 4 2,000-pound bulls to cram themselves into this trailer without opening this door. It's completely impossible.
I've seen things that I can't explain.
This was one of the most surprising things that we recorded right after I purchased the ranch.
Is it real? Oh, yes, I believe it is.
Something is here. These are real, tangible, physical events. This is game-changing.
It's one thing to be reading about UFOs or other realities or interdimensionals. It's another thing to be staring at it right in the face.
Oh, God.
Hey, don't close out, stay with me as I have more sci-fi for you. Did you know that Stanley Kubrick destroyed almost all of his props and sets from 2001 A Space Odyssey because he didn't want them to be used in any lesser science fiction films? The spacesuit costumes in Ridley Scott's Alien.
Okay. Otherwise, she'll talk about it. Everything else it's nothing to do with Skinwalker Ranch. Not everything the Sherman saw on the ranch was skyborne UFOs. They also saw or claimed to see mysterious large animals, most notably a wolf 3 times the size of a normal wolf that Terry shot at a close range multiple times with a rifle to seemingly no effect. Then on March 12, 1997, after the ranch had been sold off, biochemist Colm Kelleher, working with Bigelow's National Institute for Discovery Science, or NIDS, claimed to see a large humanoid creature spying on the research team from a tree. As he detailed in Hunt for the Skinwalker, the creature was approximately 50 yards away, watching the team safely from a tree perch 20 feet off the ground. The large creature that lay motionless, almost casually, in the tree. The only indication of the beast's presence was the penetrating yellow light of the unblinking eyes as they stared fixedly back into the light. There's also been sightings of Bigfoot or Sasquatch in the Skinwalker area here, or in this area of Utah as well. After he fired at the creature with the rifle, it disappeared, and it was then that he saw a single oblivious oval track about 6 inches in diameter, embedded deeply in the patch of snow. It looked unusual, a single large print in the snow with 2 sharp claws protruding from the rear of the mark going a couple of inches deeper. Almost looked like a bird of prey or raptor print, he said. Something, but judging by the depth of it, it was a very heavy, whatever it was. It sounds to me like an alien, or I don't know. The feet are weird. What is it, chat? Is it an alien or is it a skinwalker? I don't know. Shape-shifting character from Navajo tribal folklore. Among the Navajo, skinwalkers were like werewolves, evil witches who can transform themselves into creatures of their choosing. The ranch is only 400 miles north of the Navajo Nation, next to the Utes territory. Cursed water, cursed lights. There's been all kinds of night phenomena. If you watch this series on History Channel, you will see that part of the ridge, parts of the mountains light up and really weird things come up and then come back down and fly in weird ways that nobody can explain. They get weird, odd physical illnesses, like you see, not only just the skin separating from the scalp, but massive headaches. There's been upset stomachs, weird rash kind of things. I don't know if that's from radiation poisoning. The one dude had, the main scientist, suffered from radiation poisoning. So,
Mike Neese, hello. Dave Ennis, Open Woods, welcome.
yep, I'm gonna pop over to the chat and see what they're saying about this. Black Tooth says Bigfoot would be like, what the fuck is with this weird place?
There are a lot of weird things happening there. And like I say, I think there's some sort of environmental stuff happening there already, which makes it probably conducive to all this weirdness.
Yes. So, other strange sightings have occurred directly next door at Bottle Hollow. This is a 420-acre man-made reservoir on Ute land that butts up against the ranch. It was filled with fresh water in 1970 by federal government. In 98, a police officer saw a large light plunge into the reservoir and then reemerge, flying off into the night sky. He saw a large light plunge into the reservoir and then reemerge, flying off into the night sky. Yes, I said that twice because what the fuck? One night in 2002, 4 young men standing on the reservoir's shoreline saw a blue-white ball enter the artificial lake. According to hunt for the skinwalker, the glowing ball dove into the water just a few feet from the shore, then emerged seconds later in a new form, a shimmering, maneuverable belt-shaped shaft of light. After performing a brief, writhing aerial dance, the belt of light zipped away at a high rate of speed, hugging the ground before disappearing below the top of Skinwalker Ridge. Again, what the fuck? The appearance of the supernatural around Bottle Hollow makes sense with the context of the Ute belief. According to Jones, amongst the Utes, spring in certain waterways were reservoirs of negative power. There were evil spirits or evil spirits that would rise up out of the water and drag you in. So not only are skinwalkers, they're now evil spirits in the water. I do know water is everybody knows, a conductor of energy, and energy is what most of this activity needs. And if you're surrounded by the right stones and the right water, and you're on some weird ley lines, I don't know. I believe there is some sort of portal. I think it's a portal, and I think anything and everything can come through whenever it wants, and you just never know what you're going to get. I think it's open for aliens, for any kind of spirit that would want to come through, any kind of negative spirit or demon for that matter. That's what I think it is. As far as the lights, sure, it's probably a beacon for aliens. Why wouldn't it be? I don't know.
Yeah.
Cow mutilations. Yeah, there. If you've been watching the series, have you seen the animals that they showed?
Yeah.
I'll let you talk
Neatly,
about that.
neatly carved. No blood in the animal. No blood stains anywhere.
Like their insides just got sucked out clean.
Yeah, weird.
I don't know.
But these mutilations, the guy in the episode walks out, and him and his wife, after the night before, they saw lights in the sky, and so did their neighbor, and they just went outside just to see, and there's the cows all over the place. You know, but definitely something the team, I don't know how many of them went in this cave in the ground, and they carried all their gadgets and their EMF meters and their electromag meters and all this.
Yes,
and they were just off the charts, and a couple of them had to come up out of the cave that they were ill, you know. So
Is there anybody in the chat that's watching this series on history? They're on season 2. They're on the sixth episode, I believe. Yeah, 6 or 7. What is it, Tony?
I don't know how many.
I think it's episode 6. But if you haven't, you can actually watch these episodes for free at historychannel.com, because that's where I've been watching them.
They show them numerous times in the course of a week, and then after the week, it's the next episode. But so yeah, if you miss it.
This article here again is talking about just all the strange shit that goes on in the Uinta Basin. I would visit there. I would be careful and probably wouldn't stay long because, odd physical illnesses. But I would.
Don't drink the water.
Yeah, don't drink the water. But I think I would go have a look around, sure. yeah. It just has like just a creepy look to it overall, I think. Anybody in the chat live in Utah? Have you ever been here? Have you ever been to this place? Let's see if I got any more videos. I think I might have one more. Maybe. All right. Here we go. Spookiest place on earth.
For as long as humans have lived in the Uinta Basin, they've been seeing strange things in the sky. In the 1970s, Utah State professor Frank Salisbury wrote a well-documented book about hundreds of UFO sightings in the basin. But the strangeness goes way beyond mystery aircraft. For 15 generations, indigenous tribes, including the Utes, have referred to this sandstone ridge as being, quote, in the path of the skinwalker, a malevolent spirit, a shapeshifter. The ridge overlooks a picturesque property now known around the world by its nickname, Skinwalker Ranch. It easily ranks as the most intensely studied paranormal hotspot in history.
These were our guys. I mean, remember, we're talking PhD level scientists, highly credible, highly trained.
Dr. John Alexander, a retired Army intelligence colonel, was part of the first scientific study of the ranch under the umbrella of NIDS, the National Institute for Discovery Science, a think tank created and funded by Las Vegas aerospace entrepreneur Robert Bigelow. After reading a Deseret newspaper story about UFO activity at the ranch, Bigelow flew to Utah, bought the property, and assigned a team of professionals to study the ranch and the basin. The rancher and his neighbors told the NIDS team about a litany of bizarre activity, shadow people appearing in and around the ranch house, poltergeist-type events where physical objects moved on their own, strange animals including huge wolves and Sasquatch, holes in the sky. The scientists witnessed much of this for themselves, including animals carved up with surgical precision, ghostly images that appeared on camera. In all, they documented hundreds of paranormal events. John Alexander dubbed it a precognitive sentient intelligence.
Something else is in control, and if it wants you to find out, it may allow that. But if it doesn't, this thing just keeps morphing and changing into, new shapes and forms. Things we're doing now, we're on camera. We had cameras there, and things would happen just off camera, or sometimes in front of the camera, but you wouldn't see them.
He looked in and all four animals were standing there like totally dazed. And to work with even a single bull, getting him into an enclosed space like this would be almost impossible.
The NIDS investigation was conducted in secrecy for years, but was stymied by the trickster intelligence. A 2005 book, Hunt for the Skinwalker, revealed details about the ranch to the world and came to the attention of the DIA, the Defense Intelligence Agency. With the support of Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, the DIA launched its own study of weird activity at the ranch and the larger question of UFOs. $22 million was allocated. Reams of documents and reports were generated, but have never been made public. In December 2017, the New York Times revealed the Pentagon's secret study of UFOs, but that expose made no mention of the far more mysterious encounters at the ranch.
What about Skinwalker Ranch? Did you get reports on that? Or can you say?
I would prefer to defer that question if that's okay.
Lou Elizondo was the intelligence officer in charge of ATIP, which studied the now famous UFO videos and other military encounters. He coordinated with the DIA and the team studying the ranch. What happened in Utah isn't just a spooky story for Halloween, it involves national security.
Let's take the nature of Skinwalker out of the equation and just look at it from an intelligence problem. You have to ask yourself, A, is this something that is naturally occurring? Is this something that is being deliberately done? Is this something that another nation could be behind, trying to influence us?
And wow, and that's right here in the field.
Solid craft.
Wow.
The public got an inside look at the first 2 scientific studies of the ranch in a 2018 documentary film, Hunt for the Skinwalker. That helped inspire a television program about the new owner of the property, Utah businessman Brandon Fugel, who's financed his own scientific study. Fugel's team has documented inexplicable activity that is once again spiking in the Uinta Basin. To date, though, the haunted ranch has yet to reveal its ultimate secrets. George Knapp reporting for Mystery Wire.
All right. All right. Sandstone formation is peculiar, seems oddly chaotic in places. Would love to know a bit more about the geology. You can Google the place. I was gonna say, if this has got your interest sparked, if you just YouTube Skinwalker Ranch, there's all kinds of videos that pop up about it. If you Google it, you get all kinds of information about it. So yeah, Brian, I saw that comment too. Let me bring it up here. Curious about UFO sighting claims since the early 70s, but never thought I would actually see one for myself. Can't deny what I saw back in the early 80s. That sounds like you need to email me, brother. Send me an email, man. I would love to hear that too. Yeah. Oh, there's another question. I think it was just a comment. Yeah, right here. This guy is legit. Yeah, I think he is. I think the group that's out there now are legit. They've, like we've said, they've been getting all kinds of weird responses to their experiments and just all kinds of phenomena going on. And it's been going on for years and years and years. So it'll be interesting as the series goes on to see what all happens. They've tried digging, and they've had to stop twice. From what I understand, they started once, and somebody had a weird physical thing happen, and they started digging again, and they stopped again, and I can't remember why right now. Tony, do you remember what they told them?
Another guy had issues, and the head of the team said stop.
He was getting a weird head pains or something, right?
Right.
In fact, he had to leave the ranch and come back when he felt better. So
Right. I think there are environmental reasons in the ground.
What do you think? Like what?
That the electromagnetic levels are really, really high, which that's conducive to spirit stuff and maybe UFO stuff.
You think it's like a big beacon that just calls them right to it?
Right. Right. I mean, I believe it's natural already and it's there. But like I say, where, the EMF stuff, those levels are always high anyway. So
yeah,
I think that it is a great big giant hotspot there.
It's a perfect
and
spot.
could possibly extend outside the ranch property.
You think aliens have been landing there?
I don't know. I think that they could possibly know that it's hot there.
It is,
and they hone in on that.
It's isolated. You know, it's in a basin. There's not many people out there as far as other residents. You know, it's pretty yeah, there's not many people there. It's pretty isolated. You know, just to get to that ranch takes a while.
Yeah. No, I just think that there's environmental stuff going on there that they don't know yet, and that's going to explain all of the rest. You know, um,
Very cool, Brian. I can't not wait to read it. Okay.
I wouldn't go there.
I would go there, but
No,
I
not
would
me.
I would try to be very careful, and probably want to go there at night and not go in the buildings, but just watch them from outside, but have cameras on all sides aimed, you know, at the windows so you could see if things are moving around in there when you know that there's nobody in there. Yeah, I would do a few of my own experiments. I would be very careful. But I mean, how could you not go?
Oh, I could easily not go.
How about if you would you just like right out to the ridge and look over and down upon the ranch, or you wouldn't go anywhere near it at all?
I wouldn't go anywhere near it at all.
I've been through Utah, but I was like 8 or 9 years old, and Skinwalker Ranch was not on the list of my dad's things to do. So
Yeah, no, I would
it's
definitely.
beautiful. Utah was beautiful, but yeah, there's a lot of just isolated places, and I think that's a perfect spot. And I think there's a bunch of weird ley lines that run through there too, and with the water and the rock.
Yeah. And there's always that risk that you bring something home.
Attachments, yeah. So you'd probably want to see a shaman before and have a protection ceremony or something done. And then before you leave the ranch to go home, have the shaman do like a cleansing ritual so you don't take anything with you.
No,
I would
it's
do that.
elementary to me. Don't go. Stay on the outside of the boundaries. Y'all go in there. I'll wait here.
You're so funny.
You know.
I don't know. Keith H. Hey, man. Good to see you. Says there's a Vortex House of Mysteries an hour from here. Yeah, that was that place I was talking about when the show started. Exactly. House of Mysteries. An hour. Yeah. The broom stands up. Compasses go crazy. Yeah, it's they have all kinds of weird stuff. You stand flat, but you look taller in one spot and then shorter in another. I know some of that is illusion, but some of it is just weird fucking ley lines. Yeah. Charles Green says doesn't want to bring anything home.
Yes.
Mike Nee says they could scan the area using LiDAR technology and see what's under the soil. I think they have. They've brought in the ground penetrating radar. I don't think it was LiDAR, but they could do that.
Yeah, definitely weirdness happened there. And it's been that way for hundreds of years, too.
Hundreds of years.
You know, so
Well, yeah, in the notes that I read, it was as early as what, 1776. he saw strange fireballs appearing overhead. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty far. It's pretty far back.
Yeah.
These are some articles about the ranch I showed earlier in the different local newspapers out there. So these sightings are a pretty common occurrence. This I think is what Black Tooth Fox was talking about. Yeah, this is went missing. As far as I know, he still is. So he's described as a white male, about 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing 180 pounds, medium build, and short, dirty blonde hair. If you have any information, contact that number down there or Utah State Police 911 or Utah's 911.
Yeah. Definitely not trying to be on a milk carton.
So with all that going on, you can see how naturally seeing a Bigfoot or Sasquatch-like creature would just naturally he would be a welcome guest there.
They didn't talk too much about that there. It just looks for around, look at the landscape like it wouldn't be the ideal habitat, I would think.
No, but there is some wooded areas. I mean, you can see forest back here. So and he's got a creek. He's got water that runs through this 512 acres. So it's a waterway, and eventually or even in the creek, there's probably fish. There's other animals that would go down there to drink. So, if Bigfoot is passing through, he can stop there for lunch, have a bite to eat, wash off in the creek, and be on his way. But yeah, from what I can see, it's not very clear. But back in the background, it looks like there's a little bit of wooded area, and he could hide out in that building there. I mean, maybe he's squatting in Homestead 1. I don't know.
Maybe that's his house.
Maybe I don't know.
But these reports of these extra large animals and these weird shaped animals.
Yeah, that guy shot at it like how many times, and he said it didn't seem to do anything to it. It was like a wolf 3. What was it? Wolf 3 times the size of a normal wolf. Shot at close range multiple times with a rifle to no effect.
Yeah.
Now, is that a shapeshifter skinwalker, or is that something coming through? Something from a different dimension yet.
Jury's out on that place still. Not enough R&D has been done, but it does sound like a place that is just totally weird,
I hope
extra
at some
large
point,
animals.
I hope at some point they can continue to dig, because if something's under there causing that huge EMF, wouldn't you want to know what it is? Maybe there's a spaceship buried down in there, or maybe there's an alien base down in there that nobody knows about.
I don't know. I think it's like the triangle where it's some sort of environmental reason that's natural in the earth that makes the conditions like that, and what exactly they are, they don't know yet, but it's something, that's for sure.
That's an interesting comment. Could be a warhead leaking radiation and messes with your head. Maybe they put some nuclear toxic waste buried in the desert, and maybe that's
Well, it's been happening for hundreds of
that's
years,
true.
though.
Before
You
any of
know,
that,
so I
yeah.
mean, it's one thing here in modern age where there's computers and light bulbs and airplanes, all the modern stuff that we say, ah, maybe that's an airplane or maybe that's some sort of light. Back when there was nothing but a campfire and you see these things in the sky, you know, I mean,
Wonder if there's any tractors in any of the buildings. Where's the tractors? I'm kidding. We got 4 minutes to kill. Okay. Blacktooth Fox in the chat says natural radon. Oops. Accumulates to harmful levels in certain caves and stuff. Dartmoor in the UK.
might be.
Linny says she's been around so much radiation, she's not worried. Could be a portal that opens and closes. I think it's some sort of portal. Oh.
I think it might be spirit stuff and a portal because of the environmental existing reasons there already. You know, that's what I think.
Mike says he's not going there.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude.
I'll just bring a tractor, Lenny.
Just drive it around him.
I'll just bring one of ours.
Yeah.
So that's Skinwalker Ranch. Like I said, if you're interested in about it now, you can YouTube it, you can Google it, historychannel.com.
History Channel. It comes on, man. Here it comes on. Seems like every other night. You know, in the evening it's on, and it's interesting as hell. You know,
And again, if you've seen a skinwalker shapeshifter, if you've seen weird shit in the sky, if you've had a Bigfoot chase you out of the forest, or if you've had a ghost keeping you awake at night, let me know. pokorneysandra@gmail.com. And we'll talk about it. Doesn't have to be live. Definitely going to talk about it. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Those that watched, lurking, those that participated in the chat and in the live poll, thank you so much. We appreciate you being here each and every Saturday. We wouldn't be here without you. So thank you.
And
Thank
those watching on replay, nice to see you too.
Yes. Thanks again, Facebook and YouTube and Odyssey. This also goes to Odyssey. And yeah, I don't know what we're going to talk about. Next week. What's going on next week? Am I here the week after? I got a vacation coming up and I'm super psyched about it. But if you're interested in what dates there won't be Squatch Squad live shows, it's on the Facebook page for the show. I pinned it there so you can find it right away.
On the 8th.
Yep, on the 8th, and then there's a date in July, 2 in August, and 1 in September. So there'll be 4 shows that won't be a Squatch Squad live. With that said, tcake, thank you so much. We will see you shortly on Show Me Your Pick, covering Up the
Iron Maiden. Yes.
That'll be super fun.
So with the guitar hack.
With the guitar hack. Don't forget, with the guitar hack, Charles Green, CK. Brendan's not going to be there. Brendan's doing something else.
He's on vacation.
He's on
this
vacation.
week and next. Yeah.
I'll be in the live chat, but we're gonna take off. I'm gonna roll the outro. If your kid says they can't sleep at night because they're being scared, you need to go in there and take care of it. Don't send them back in there.
Thank you.